Okay, so now we're gonna go over the headlock defense when my partner kind of breaks me down a little bit in the position. And there's a couple different ones that we can do from here, okay? The first one we'll go over is the Tani Otoshi, okay? So whenever I'm here and he breaks me down, right, I'm not gonna try to be naive and think I can posture up over here. It's not gonna happen, okay? So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna grab his hip and grab his knee just like so. On the other side, my foot is gonna line up with his foot, all right? Now that's very important because whenever I do this move, I never wanna sit onto my partner's knee. So never do that to your training partner ever, because you can really hurt somebody like that. So my foot lining up with his foot allows for that safety. And then what I'm gonna look to do is shoot my leg that's in between his legs through his legs. I'm gonna make like a sacrifice walk. So what that means is when I fall to the hip of my leg that I shoot through, like so. And you can see I can take him down. Notice that my back didn't even hit the ground, okay? That's very important. I don't wanna fall like this, where we both hit, our backs hit the ground, and it's a race to get who gets on top. I wanna fall at an angle where I'm already coming up into position, okay? And then my grips just turn like a wheel. So if I do it again with Ivan over here, and look at the side, I have the grip on the hip, have the grip on the pants, our feet are lined up for safety, I'm never sitting on his knee. When I sit through, you can see I take him down and I'm the one who's always gonna win the race on top, okay? From this position, we're gonna end up in a situation like this, okay? And always when I'm here, I'm always prioritizing my base. So if Ivan goes to pull me through, my hands always find the mat, okay? So he can never pull me through, and I just be patient over here if he's holding my head. From here, I'm gonna look to pull his shoulder open, like this. So now I have room to make a step and drag my heel to the S-mount. So now what that does is it frees up my hands, so my hands no longer need to make base, my foot is the base. So as he goes to pull, he can't pull me over, okay? Then from here, my second hand comes 1, 2, right on the neck. I lean my head forwards into him, and I'm gonna force him to let go by driving weight into him. Do not try to push and posture up, okay? Maybe at the ending, if you feel him giving up, you can slip your head out, but the idea is we wanna use the sharp part of our forearm into a vulnerable part of the neck. What that does is all my weight goes on the one point. So I put all my weight on the one point. And the more he pulls that sharp part into his neck. So it's actually worse for him when he pulls you harder, okay? Once the position comes out, I'm gonna grab his arm, like so, bring his arm to my chest or my belly button. I can grab his collars or I can push his face. I walk my foot into the armpit, and then from here I open my knee, leg passes over before I fall, and now we have our basic armbar. I break it towards the south hip, curling my heels, pinching my knees, pulling down with one hand, pushing with the other, and we're gonna finish that arm lock. So one last time quick. And be here with Ivan in this position. I control the knee, our feet lined up, I shoot my leg through. As I shoot my leg through, I'm gonna turn like a wheel. See, I sit to that hip. Once I sit to that hip, hands for base. I don't wanna get rolled over here, so I stay with my hands for base. I open the shoulder, step my foot. Now my foot takes over the base. My hands are free to frame. I lean, I'm driving all my weight into him. I'm gonna force Ivan to let go over here. The more he pulls, the worse it is for him. I bring the elbow to my belly button as I circle my head out. My foot goes for a walk, control the collar, pass the leg over, and we take our arm bar and get the finish.
Clear.